Welcome to Baked Up, the show where I get baked and put on my makeup. Why, hello there. Welcome to my show. My name is Lindsay. I like to get stoned and do my makeup. I'm currently putting on some primer. I need to get some new primer soon because this bottle is almost gone. It was a really big bottle. It's the NYX Bear With Me Cannabis primer that I've had for quite a while now. It lasted a long time. I also have a little Bright Maker one. That's another NYX one that I've used on here before. But I think I'm too old for that much shimmer in my base because it just makes me look wrinkly. I also need to get some new brow setter. Makeup Revolution has a cannabis brow setter, and this one's a cannabis brow setter. So it's got cannabis sativa seed oil. I mean, I probably should play around with some pomade or something, like a stronger setter, because this, it does hold them and it helps get them up so I can get them in the shape I want. But it can take multiple layers sometimes, to get these hairs over here to go up because they're so used to laying down. That's kind of downside. It's not a very strong brow setter. But I mean, my brows have looked healthy since I've used it, but they weren't unhealthy before, so I don't know. It worked, I liked it, but I'm ready to try something else because I know there's better ones out there. I wanted to try everything in the Bear With Me cannabis line, so I have. Well, not everything, because I've found more stuff now, but I have tried some stuff. So today is Faturday, which it takes me that's stuck. It takes me a little bit of time to edit and upload videos. So I'm recording this on Saturday, but it might not come out until Thursday. But I'm going to try to get it out before then, but I can't always edit for hours at a time because I've stated before, I have disabling migraines and using a computer can trigger them, which is why I can't do the job I used to do, being on a computer all day. Oh, but Faturday is, in general, I like to think I eat pretty healthy. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. I do eat dairy, I like cheese, but I eat a lot of vegetables. And during the week, I make sure I'm tracking my calories because I'm in the process of losing weight. Since the beginning of the year, I've lost now 13-ish pounds, I think. Something like that. But I started the first 2 months of the year, I wasn't tracking my calories. I just started exercising again and I lost weight. I lost the first 8 pounds by just going back to exercising every day, because if I don't purposefully get activity like that, I'm not, I guess, very active. I have to make sure I stay active so I'm not sedentary. Is that the word? Sedimentary. Yeah, it's sedimentary, right? But, so I'm not like that. I need to definitely, stay active. I'm only in my 30s. But sometimes my health prevents me from being up and at them, I'm going to go ahead, even though I just put foundation on my eyelids. Because, again, it bothers me when... I say again, I haven't said that. It bothers me when, I'll even out the skin tone on my face and then my eyelids don't match. Oh, but anyway, I started tracking my calories, at the beginning of last month, I think. Or maybe it was in February. I don't remember. But I know it was after at least February. But I started tracking my calories again. And so all through the week, I make sure I have a calorie deficit, so I'll lose weight. And on Saturday, I'll eat the not so healthy foods, which for me, when I say not healthy foods, I mean sugar, because that's what I'll do. I'll have ice cream and cookies and fudge bars and gummies. I'll just have sugar. That's what I do on Saturday, or I might have a soda that day because I don't normally like to drink sodas in general, so I'll like have a Dr. Pepper on Saturday. And then through the week, if I want something carbonated, I have a sparkling water. And I didn't even used to drink those. I just wouldn't have anything carbonated because I feel like it bloats me. But I really like sparkling ice, so I've started drinking those. They were for my son, and then I tried some of them. I'm like, ooh, I like those. So I'm going to start with the lightest color. And today I'm going to use the Physicians Formula little glow face palette. And I saw, I was at Walgreens, I believe, earlier this week, and they have a bronzer palette just like this now, but I rarely use bronzer. I used to never use it until like saw that it blended into my contour more, like that I could pull it off like that. So without it looking orange. So I've started using it a little bit, but not a lot. But I like the highlighter in this. And you know, I could use the blush too. I brought in a Tarte blush, but I could definitely use the one in here. Today I'm going to use the color I talked about in the last episode that I wanted to try in the Makeup Revolution Cannabis palette. One of them, the one that I have. I wanted to try a color in there called Acapulco, and it's super gold. So I was wanting to try that out. And there's another color in there that I haven't used called Sativa, and it's like a pinky mauve that's glittery. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for that look. So I think that'll be fun. And then for the lips today, I always laugh when I talk about using Mary Kay stuff because I feel like an old lady. But my best friend's mom used to sell it, so I've gotten a lot of it for free over the years. So I use it. But I'm using a Mary Kay lip liner and one of their MK signature lipsticks today, which I haven't worn a Mary Kay lipstick in a while, so I don't remember how they feel. But I'm going to set it with powder, most likely. But I'm excited that today is Faturday. It's 11:30 in the morning, so I haven't eaten yet. I've just had coffee, but I bought some sugar cookies at Target yesterday, so I'm gonna get some of those later. My husband really likes sugar, and I used to always tell him he's gonna get diabetes because he eats way too much sugar, and his mom loves sugar too, and she recently diabetic after 70 years of tons of sugar. But I always would tell him, like, you're going to be diabetic, because, like, if he had sweet tea, it was what he grew up with, which was, like, it's, like, I don't drink sweet tea anyway, I drink it unsweet, but the way he likes it is just sugar. Like, it's so gross, it's like syrup, it's so sweet. So I'm like, dude, you're going to get diabetes. And then lately, since he's been home more, and he, like, sees me, like, what I eat sometimes, he's like, you're the one who's going to get diabetes, Lindsay. All you do is eat sugar. And I'm like, well, that's true, because, like, I have what's called gastroparesis, which means my stomach doesn't empty as normal, like normal people's would, so I don't get hungry for long periods of time because I still have food in my stomach from, like, the day before, you know? So a side effect of that is anorexia. And I had a time where it was really bad and I just wasn't eating. And the only thing I would eat was gummies. Like, I would have a couple of those a day. But when it was really bad, sugar is all I ate. I would have coffee and gummies. But that, luckily, I'm in a much better place, at least with that aspect of my health. And one of the things that helped me gain weight and helped me, because I was underweight at the time, but one of the things that did help me and helps me with my appetite daily is cannabis. Like, that's how I eat. Because if I don't smoke, I don't eat. Which I've heard people, like, say, like, oh, I wish I had that. And I don't know, it's kind of fucked up to say to someone who's got health issues. There was, like, a good year that I had to try really hard to put on weight because I couldn't. If I gained any, it just came right back off because I wasn't eating. I'm much better about, and I used to track what I ate because I had to make sure I got to my calorie goal so I could eat enough. And now I'm doing it to lose weight, which I am a healthy weight for my height. Like, I have a healthy BMI, but I just prefer my body at a different size. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that because my goal weight, I'm like 9 pounds away now, but it's still a healthy weight for my height. It's nothing extreme, and I'm eating, so it's going well. Anyway, I did also change the way I was cooking because some things I used to cook, like we used to eat pasta a lot, which is really high calorie. Over the years, I've gotten a little lazier, and now I am back to cooking healthier, but for a little bit I was kind of lazy, but not completely lazy because I've always been very, not strict, but what I feed my son, I've always been very aware of. Like, I made all his baby food from scratch. I breastfed him for the first year of his life. Like, I made sure it was as healthy of a start as possible. Like, we introduced vegetables before fruit, and he's still, to this day, he craves vegetables. He loves them. So overall, he has a healthy diet, but I know I was getting lazier on some stuff and like letting some stuff slide. Like, my mother-in-law has a habit of buying him junk food and bringing it over, and so I would be less strict about that and let him have it more because it was here. And so I've changed it up, so my whole family is healthier, and I'm thankful for that. But my husband, because I'm like, I've lost like 13 pounds, but my husband has lost like 45 now. And he didn't start at the beginning of January like I did. He started in February, like I think the middle of February is when he started. So I'm really proud of him. He's done really well. And we're all eating healthier. And so it's a good thing. But on Faturday, we still have a healthy dinner. So it's not, and I don't actually like go over my calorie goal a lot. I think I just eat more sugar and like junk food. So, but I know even if I do overeat one day of the week, I'm not going to gain weight. I'm still losing weight overall because I'm in a calorie deficit the rest of the week. So if I have one day where I'm 100 or 200 calories over, it's not going to matter, you know? Oh, so what I had today was Fatso, and I want to show you, like, look at this nug. It's so big. It smells really good too. I'm going to do my eyebrows while I'm thinking about it, and then when I come back, I'll tell you more about Fatso. Okay, I have eyebrows. Before I tell you about the strain, I'm going to put on a little bronzer. Just kind of warm up my face because this foundation is looking a little lighter. Like, it seemed to match before, but now I think it might be a little too light on me. Well, actually, no, it is the color of the light parts of my face. I just don't want to look so pale. I think that warmed it up. Yeah. And I cleaned off some mascara that was left on my eyes. Ugh. Because I washed my face, but when I washed it, I left my eyes alone and used a makeup wipe on those, and I just missed some mascara. So I was trying to brush that off. A little highlighter there. Oh, I need to put concealer under my eyes too. And I really wish that I got the hydrating concealer when I bought this because I think it is a little drying. But yesterday, I'm trying to remember because I didn't put on a full face of makeup. I was just like running errands. But I did put on like, a little bit of mascara, a little eyeliner. And I was like, oh, I'll just put some concealer under my eyes because when I'm in public, I'm wearing a mask anyway. So that's the only part you can see. So I'm like, yeah, I'll put some concealer under there and then do a little bit of eye makeup. And so I did that. And then I was like, oh, I got some blemishes on my face. And so I remember I covered them, but I can't remember because I put foundation on one part of my face. So I can't remember if I put concealer in this spot on my face or not. But there was a dry spot on my face last night where I had some makeup on it. So I don't know which one was there, but whichever one was, it dried it out. I may have put too much concealer under there. I do that when I forget to put concealer on before contour. I still need it. I just forget it sometimes. I'll probably end up putting on more blush after I do my eye makeup. Because I usually do that. Let me see if there's still some on the brush. That's good enough to stop and tell you about the strain. So the strain is Fatso, and it's also known as Fatso Kush and Fatso OG. It's an indica dominant hybrid with 70% indica and 30% sativa. And it is the THC. None of the websites I checked had a range. They all just had their own value. Mine, I guess, is on the lower side because what I bought was 23 point something %, and All Bud and Leafly and Weed Maps between all three. I don't remember if all three listed them or if only two did, but it was like 26 to 28% was the average range between the two websites because they each named one named 26 and one named 28. So I'm not sure how accurate that is, but mine is a little bit lower than that. The effects are body high, calming, euphoria, happy, relaxing, sleepy, and uplifting. And I would say I do have a body high, which is indicas usually are more body high and sativas are head high. Not all of them, but that tends to be the pattern. And I do feel calm. I kind of got that euphoria. It's there, but not oh my God. I would say happy. I'm in a good mood, but I wasn't in a bad mood before I had it, so I can't really say how much it changed. I am relaxed. I'm not sleepy though. And uplifted. Like I said, I'm in a good mood. It may relieve chronic pain, stress, depression, muscle spasms, and stress. And I would say, again, it did help. It influenced my mood in a positive way. So I could see that helping depression and stress. Yeah, it did. Because there was something I was anxious about. Right after I finished my bowl, I was anxious about something and I'm like, damn, this isn't helping the anxiety. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, after it had time to actually have an effect on me, it was better. I'm not as anxious about what I was. And also the situation I was anxious about, some time has passed, so what I thought could possibly happen and go wrong is probably not going to happen because some time has passed. Anyway, so the flavors are coffee, herbal, spicy, and woody. And I tasted coffee and woody. I didn't really taste herbal or spicy, but it was good. But I did like the coffee and woody because I love coffee. And that's not a common flavor in cannabis. So I liked that. The aromas are coffee, herbal, pungent, sour, spicy, and woody. Let me see what I smell. I smell woody. It was more pungent when there were more nugs in the jar. Although this nug is good sized nug. I smell coffee. Did I already say woody? Because I smell woody. But I only bought it 4 or 5 days ago. So it's not like it should lose its aroma. But it was a lot stronger when there were more nugs in there, which I understand that makes sense. But I thought for a nug that big, the aroma would be stronger. But I like it, and I like that big nug. So I'm using a palette I've used a lot on here, but I still haven't used all the colors, so I'm gonna get the most out of it. And I have my little Dollar Tree sponge, but I can't open my little sponge in a tin that I can brush off, clean off my brushes in between colors. Okay, so I'm going to I could use some Exhale too. I could do Exhale, which I've used that one before, but it's a light pink. So I could use this in the corner and then Sativa and Acapulco. I think that's what I'll do. I love gold. That's all I could think of when I decided I was going to do gold eyeshadow today. Just had gold member in my head all day. Smoking a pancake. Cigar and a waffle. Bong and a blitz. Ooh, and I'm finally using this Acapulco. I think I'm saying it right. Ooh. That's gold. But a completely different gold than what I used in the last episode, which when it was really gold. I believe I called it disco gold. I think I'm going to go all the way to kind of blend it into that other color. Oh, I like that. And I'm going to do some gold underneath as well. I make the weirdest, faces when I put on makeup. Sometimes I'll catch myself when I'm doing it and be like, hey, stop that. Other times it's just when I'm editing, I'm like, why do you make that face? I don't feel like I got eyeshadow in my eye, but my eye is watering. You know what? I bet I did get it on when I was putting it right by my lash line. I'm talented that way. Even though it's a Saturday, I got the house to myself for a little bit because one of my friends who lives in Puerto Rico is in the States right now. And so I got to see her last weekend, which was really fun because I loved catching up with her. But this weekend, we were going to get together, and then I had stuff to do this morning, and it just didn't work out. But our sons, who are friends, they're the same age. They're like, what was it? They're like 18 days apart or something like that. We were pregnant at the same time. So they're out, both their dads took them to the park to meet up with each other. So they get to at least hang out before they have to go back. So I'm happy about that. One thing about this eyeshadow palette is I feel like they should have compacted, or I guess pressed, the shadow at a higher PSI or something to make it a little bit more compact, because when I put the brush in, it like kind of moves almost like sand. Like there's a little like groove that forms in the shadow. And sometimes I just make a groove and I don't pick up shadow. But it's not every color, it's just some of them. So that's making me think maybe they press different colors at different PSI. I don't know. Like that time I didn't really get any color, and now I did. Ooh, I have a new cartridge today. It's Strawberry Cough, and I have to go grab the box to see what the THC and terpenes are on it. So I'll do that sometime before I'm done, but not right now. That's probably one of my favorite, it is one of my favorite flavors in that brand. Okay, now we're going in with the color Sativa. It does not want to go over that gold. This is what I'm talking about when I say my wrinkly eyes. You see how there's like the skin wrinkled together and it left lines? It's so frustrating because I gotta go back and blend that into a pretty shape. But if I didn't have so much skin on my eyelids, I wouldn't have to correct it. You know, makeup, no, it's ColourPop, not Makeup Revolution, I think. I'm pretty sure it's ColourPop. One of them came out with a Batman palette. It's just like a 9 color or 9 pan palette. And I love Batman. I would say until my mid to late 20s, I read comic books on a regular basis and like had subscriptions to them at the comic book store that I pick up every week or every month, depending on, I think most of mine were monthly. But anyway, so I love Batman. I read a lot of Batman, and I read all DC, but I read a lot of Batman or like Suicide Squad. I read the new Suicide Squad, and then that quit, and they came out with Harley Quinn, and I have that. And they did a 420 one that smells like weed, and mine's still wrapped up in the package. And this was like, I want to say 2013 to 2015, somewhere in there. Like it was whenever that Harley Quinn comic started, because it was the first 420 that it was out. So I still have those. I have just a big comic box in my closet, and it houses all my comics safely. And I liked Batman 66. I used to read that. And I had a lot more subscriptions of just the ones I can think of that I used to really enjoy. Because I loved the old Batman, like the Adam West Batman. And Batman 66 was kind of reminiscent of that. So I blended it, and then I went back in with the lightest color in the e.l.f. What the fuck is it called? Contour palette. I took the lightest color out of there, which is like barely shimmery, and I put it on my brow bone because after I blended, I felt like it needed a lighter color up there. So I'm gonna go do my eyeliner, mascara, and lashes, and then I will come back and do lips. So I have my lashes on, and corners didn't want to stay on because my eyes were watering, so I keep checking that. Oh, I grabbed my box for the cartridge. The THC is 85.56%. The total cannabinoids is 89.651%. And then the total terpenes is 5.02%. So it's a nice full spectrum cartridge, and it's Strawberry Cough, and it's a Sativa dominant hybrid. It helps my head when I have a headache. And also, one night I thought it was stimulating my appetite because I got really hungry after I had it. But yesterday when I had it, I didn't get hungry. So I don't know, sometimes it makes me hungry. So I forgot that I brought in luster drops. So I'm going to put a little bit of those on before I do my lips. What is that? I think it's fuzz. My hair's like Velcro when it's curly. Like everything sticks to it. Time for my lips. I'm using the Mary Kay lip liner in Taupe. Hey, I think it might actually be in frame. was any of that in frame. I'm almost out of those, so it's got like a centimeter left. I'll probably get NYX pencil in a similar color once this one's gone. Oh, my eyes still want to water. I'm so afraid that the lash is just gonna boop, pop up. It's like when I sneeze and fake lashes. I'm like, oh god, they're gonna fly off. They never do, but it always feels like it. The MK Signature color I'm using is called Pink Shimmer, and it's like this. I'm gonna set it with translucent powder. Oh my god. Last time I set my lips, it was really wet lipstick and I needed to like get some powder, tap it, wipe off the brush, get more powder, tap it. Like I couldn't go and I did that on the top lip, and on the bottom lip I got lazy, so I just went like rah, 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 and I had like red lines down here. But you couldn't really see it on camera. I could have closed my mouth. So for my final look, I mean this is it. But I'm gonna try to make a pretty face. Is this it? How about this? Maybe I should just stop doing that in my videos. I'm happy with it. I mean, I feel pretty. So I think do I need more blush? Actually, no. Because I put on extra blush already. My hair's getting so long. It takes so long to dry it now. Especially like today when I was drying it curly. It looks shorter when it's curly because it only goes down to like here. But it takes forever to dry now. You sank my battleship. Well, today, like the last few videos, everything's been a winner. I think that's because I did try some new stuff, but some of it was like that lipstick I tried today. I don't know if I've ever worn it, but I've worn a Mary Kay lipstick before. I can't think of another example. Everything was a winner. I just declared a winning day. Thank you for joining me as I got baked and did my makeup. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I upload as often as I can whenever I get baked and do my makeup. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Faturday, and I hope you will come back for the next video. Bye-bye.